Woo! What's going on, guys? Orange Form coming at you guys today with another video. And today's video, we're going to be talking about some NFL news that went down. Not really particularly Detroit Lions news, but it could have been Detroit Lions news. But we're going to get into it a little bit. Baker Mayfield, the Cleveland Browns quarterback, has been traded to the Carolina Panthers. Now, I think the madness could stop with this with this media and the fans pining for Baker Mayfield to come to Detroit. That can all stop now. The trade's been done. It's for a future draft pick, I believe, a conditional 2024, might even seep into 2025. Don't really know the details quite yet, but it's pretty much been out there and it's for a 5th round pick that could turn into a 4th round pick. All depends on how much playing time Baker Mayfield gets for the Carolina Panthers in 2022. Now we know Sam Darnold, the former number 3 pick from a couple seasons ago, a couple drafts ago, is a Carolina Panther still, and we'll see what happens there. Apparently, they're not going to trade Sam Darnold. That's what the Panthers organization is saying. Darnold could maybe talk his way out of there. He might not want to even compete because there could be a competition. Who knows? I think Baker is a little bit better of a quarterback than Sam Darnold. We can all agree on that. So we'll see what happens goes in there. That's the Panthers' problem to worry about. But the Browns are also eating like $10 million in cap money in 2022, and the Panthers will be paying Baker around $5.5 million. Apparently, Baker took a pay cut for this trade to happen. I guess that was the only way it was going to happen, is if he took a pay cut, and then the Browns eating some cap money as we speak, $10 million to be exact. So we all know how this went down. Baker was in talks once the Deshaun Watson stuff came forth, and the Browns paid a fortune to get Deshaun Watson. Paid him all kinds of money, gave up all kinds of draft capital. Baker wanted out. Baker Mayfield wanted out of Cleveland, and he made it known. And there was no secret that the Browns were trying to get rid of him. So, Seattle was involved, apparently, the Saints, Houston Texans, and then obviously the Carolina Panthers. So there was a handful of teams that wanted Baker's services. And I think, the Browns were trying to hold out, trying to get something for him, and they weren't going to get much for Baker Mayfield because he's not that good of a quarterback. It's just plain and simple. And then I'm just really happy, and the only reason why I'm doing this video is because, Jared Goff's the best quarterback in the world. No, I'm just joking. That's just a joke. It's just, you guys seen my videos lately. Oof, oh boy, don't say nothing nasty about any Detroit Lion. But what I'm trying to say is that not majority of this fan base, but a lot of this fan base were wanting Baker Mayfield really bad. And it was something that I didn't really understand. I wasn't too sure why. I don't know what the big fascination is with my fan base, Detroit Lions. Not all of them, not all of us, not even majority, like I said, that why they wanted him. And then you'd always go back, and you'd always listen to the reasons why people would say, why they wanted Baker. They just thought he would be a great fit for Dan Campbell and his attitude. That to me is probably one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life, right there. The Baker Mayfield, I'm not going to say Baker Mayfield's not a gamer, not a guy that doesn't love the game. You can tell he's a passionate kid. He does want to win. You can tell. He wears his emotions on his sleeve. He's a fired up dude. He's way more fired up than Jared Goff. Jared Goff is that kind of low-key guy, almost Stafford-esque. Doesn't get too excited, doesn't get too up, doesn't get too down. I don't remember seeing Stafford. I remember seeing Stafford just, get excited like 3 times in 12 years. It just seemed like he didn't get excited. That's a little exaggerated, but you know what I mean. And I think Jared Goff's the same kind of guy. He just very low-key, very even keel, doesn't get too up, doesn't get too down. Now, I think this fan base, they love the rah-rah guys. I think a lot of NFL fan bases do. They love rah-rah guys. They love guys that speak their mind. They love guys that just get in the faces of other players, organizations, whatever. And Baker Mayfield's that type of guy. But when it comes to talent, I would take Jared Goff over Baker Mayfield 100 times out of 100. And it's not because I think Jared Goff is a special type of quarterback. I actually think that talent-wise, they're almost similar. They're very similar in not playing style or anything like that. I would even say Jared Goff is even more athletic than Baker Mayfield. Because a lot of people seem to think that Baker Mayfield is this elusive guy too. He's not a runner. Neither is Jared Goff, but Goff's more elusive in, I think, everything you can talk about with Jared Goff in more athletic wise than Baker. I think it's not even a competition there. It's not even a competition. Arm talent, almost similar. I'd say it was almost similar. Baker's got, he's got a strong arm. Jared can have a strong arm too. At times, their arms aren't that much different. They both don't have elite arms, but they both can make throws. Obviously, you're in the NFL. Now we can honestly say that this organization wasn't really in the Baker Mayfield conversations. I don't really think they were. The only reason why, in my opinion, why I think they were linked is because of John Dorsey. John Dorsey was a big part of getting Baker Mayfield over there a few years back. I believe he was the GM that drafted him. I could be wrong there. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure he was a part of that organization when they did draft him. So that was the link right there. And apparently John Dorsey went for a trip to Cleveland one time, a couple months back or something like that. So everybody thought, Baker to Detroit, it's happening. John Dorsey's going over there. He's trying to rekindle a relationship or something, trying to get the wheels in motion. It obviously, I don't think it was ever going to happen, and obviously it never did. So, but if you look at the stats, Baker's stats: 14,125 yards, 92 touchdowns, 56 picks, 61.6 completion percentage over 4 years, with a quarterback record of 29-30. Now, only reason why I'm even bringing up this stupid quarterback record is because people are fascinated with it. People seem to think it's the end-all, be-all of how to gauge a quarterback on whether he's good or bad. So 29-30. So that's for all the guys that wanted Baker Mayfield, and you're still that same person that thinks QB record is a thing, is very important. Then there it is, 29-30. Now, it's safe to say that the Rams were a better organization. I'll never deny that. But that's the record, though, 29-30. So, and then his rushing is like 158 yards and 5 touchdowns. And he's thrown for 23 touchdowns on an average over 4 years, 14 picks on an average, too. Okay? So remember those numbers. Now you go to Jared Goff, 21,416 yards, 126 touchdowns, 63 picks, 64.1 completion percentage. He's also rushed for 401 yards and 10 touchdowns in 6 years. So nothing crazy athletic on the ground, but I think he's kind of underrated as a mobile quarterback. And I'm not saying he's mobile whatsoever, but if you're going to compare him to Baker Mayfield, I think Goff blows him out of the water. Blows him out of the water completely as in mobile quarterback. And that's over a 6-year period. And then quarterback record of 45, 37, and 1. Get that one tie with the Detroit Lions, of course, right? So he's thrown on average 21 touchdowns per season. That's under Baker. Baker's at 23. But he's only thrown about 10.5 picks on average. So let's just say 10 picks. Let's say 10 picks per year. So that's 4 less than Baker Mayfield. And that's on a 6-year period. So, and then the 14,000 yards for Baker, the 21,000 yards for Jared Goff. It almost kind of evens out per year. It was like 3,500. I think Jared Goff might have been a little bit higher. I'm not too sure, but they're basically the same type of quarterback. I think you're going to get the same type of results is what I'm really trying to say. Now, the reason why I say I would take Jared Goff right now, 100 out of 100, if Jared Goff wasn't a part of this team at all, and Baker's obviously not a part of this team, I would probably it would be a close match. It would be a closer match than 100 out of 100. The only reason why I'm saying 100 out of 100 times I'd take Jared, because Jared Goff's going to be here for 2 years now. Jared Goff's success in LA is a big part of what's going on in this new offense with Ben Johnson. So it would have been absolutely ridiculous for this organization, Detroit, to pick up Baker Mayfield and put him on this team. Now, people are probably up in arms saying, wow, $5.5 million for a starting quarterback. Yeah, but you're not getting anything special. Just like you're not getting anything special in Jared Goff. But still, Goff's been here for 2 years now. The offense is being built around his strengths, maybe even his weaknesses, right? Just trying to build up his confidence here in Detroit. Bringing on a Baker Mayfield would just be a ridiculous, silly option for Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell to even think about. Now, did they think about it? Who knows? They could have thought about it. They could have sat there and said, "What are we going to do here?" But we've been hearing, we've been reading all the articles about Ben Johnson talking up Jared Goff. You're seeing Jared Goff on all these podcasts talking up Ben Johnson, talking up this offense like it's going to be special, this and that, and everything else. You're hearing Dan Campbell saying good things. You're hearing Mark Brunell saying good things. I personally don't think it was ever an option. It could have been, but again, we don't know. We don't have the facts. We don't know if they ever threw their hat in the ring. It was all speculation. I'm just happy it never happened, because I think it would just be ridiculous. I don't care if Baker Mayfield is making $2. It doesn't make a difference. And I don't care that he's better than Tim Boyle and David Blau. That's true. That is really true. But then now what are we doing now? Hoping Jared Goff goes down so we can use Baker Mayfield? This doesn't make any sense. The move never made any sense from the get-go. It just didn't make sense at all. Like, what are we trying to do here? We're trying to wish injury up upon someone so we can get the same type of results? Like, it just doesn't make no sense. It just don't make no sense at all. And I'm glad it never happened. And I'm hoping, if it was being talked about, it was kind of kept under wraps. There was leaks out there that there was a possibility, but there was nothing confirmed, nothing in stone. Baker Mayfield is a Carolina Panther. They can deal with that. You know what I mean? That's their issue now. They're not getting a top flight quarterback at all. I don't care how much money he makes. And I'm just glad we didn't do it, because it's not the right move. Now, if we had Tim Boyle and David Blau as our two starting quarterbacks, and when those guys were fighting, then I would get it. Then I would totally get it. Okay, you made a move for Baker Mayfield. But Jared Goff, no, because it's not an upgrade. That's the biggest word I should use right now. It's not even close to being an upgrade. So it's over. It's done with. He's a Panther. They can deal with it. We don't have to hear this nonsense about Baker Mayfield coming here again. It's over. Done with. That's the video, guys. Thanks for letting me get that off my chest. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe button at the bottom right. Don't forget to hit the notification bell up top. And don't forget to like and comment this. Share it. Let's talk about it, man. You happy that Baker Mayfield is a Carolina Panther and not a Detroit Lion? This guy's ecstatic. Boom. Go Lions. Let's go. One pride, baby.